What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Steven. This is Steven in Stereo, and in today's video we're going to be checking out Billie Eilish's album Don't Smile at Me. We did When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? And that was a few months ago. I had just started getting into doing full albums, and so I kind of regret that one. I wish I would have done it better, but I'm really excited to be checking out this album because I'm excited. I really enjoyed the content of When We All Fall Asleep. I think that the singles were okay, but the actual tracks on the album were just amazing, so I can't wait to see what she does here. Before we get into today's video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Become one with us. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Links are always in the description as well, and I hope you guys stick around. We're going to do this right now. This first track is called Copycat.
Anytime you got your finger on the trigger, but your trigger finger's wrong.
Woohoo! Yo, her vocals in this album already, oh my god, the way that chorus comes in right there and you kind of hear her just like fade into the song. I think between her vocals and the production from her and her brother, this is gonna be so sick. She just says psych and drops that. There's no way I'm not gonna not listen to that again. Amazing intro to an album. I say that a lot, but I think that when you can select the right song, the right opening track, you really create the tone and the vibe for the rest of the album. And if any of the rest of it sounds like this, I'm gonna love it. We already know that between her and her brother, the songwriting is great and the production is amazing. We learned that on the last album we did from her. But I enjoyed this song, so I ended up looking up the lyrics, and on first glance, it's obvious like, oh, someone's copying me and she's giving all these different reasons. My favorite though is like, you're italic, I'm in bold. I don't know why that one sticks out so much. Once I looked up the lyrics and I kind of dove into it, there was a little bit of a thing that talked about when Billie explained the song, and she said that for face value, yes, it's about someone copying, but it's much more than that, because realistically, we all sort of copy people in a way. That's how we come up with who we are. And she also said that, you know, when you're coming up and you're trying to figure out who you are, you're trying out different personalities. So it kind of fits in that way as well. So it's cool that there's actually meaning behind the lyrics as well. It's not just a catchy song. There's so much more to it. So that was really cool to listen to for the first part of the album. And I love when that happens because it gets me stoked about the rest. So the next song we're going to listen to is I Don't Want to Be You Anymore. If I loved you was a promise, would you break it if you're honest? I know that a lot of people know Billie Eilish for the song Bad Guy. I understand that song is huge, and rightfully so. It's a very catchy song. There's so much to it. But I feel like one thing that is not being appreciated enough is just how not only amazing her vocals are, but just how she's just capable of doing so many different sounds and tones, and you can hear that here. I mean, part of this almost sounds like a classical singing like style, and I don't know. It's just when you put that all together, I feel like that's a little bit underappreciated sometimes. Like when I'm listening to it right now, when I think of Billie Eilish, I think of these different ranges and styles she can do. I don't think of the song Bad Guy. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I feel like if you take it only for that song, you're going to miss a lot of amazing things that she's done. There's just a lot. I'm glad I'm doing this album.
Losing feelings, getting old. Tell the mirror what you know.
So many moments in that song that are so memorable, and I cannot wait to listen to this song again. First off, again, her vocals, come on. Like, there's no argument here. There's just something very special about those. And, yeah. Second, the production on this is amazing, and I know her brother does the majority of that. And, yeah, not much to be said there. Absolutely amazing. She has this dual layer vocal happening in the chorus where she recorded her vocals more than once and like patterned it over each other, and damn, it sounds so crushing, especially when you realize the meaning of this song, which is as what she said, because of course I looked that up. She said that it's basically a song straight from her brain as a conversation to herself, like something that you would have a conversation with yourself in the mirror about insecurities and things like that. but she said it's one of the sadder, deeper songs she has, and it is literally from her brain to paper, and it feels broken. Like, that's one thing I've learned about Billie Eilish, is that I understand that she's young, and she was obviously much younger here. She deals with a lot of sadness, a lot of depression, and I'm glad that she uses this as an outlet to be able to put that out there, because there are other people who feel those same ways. And when you can connect to a song on that kind of level, it becomes so much more than just something that sonically sounds good to you. It becomes, a part of you, a piece of your story, so to say. And so that was, damn, oh, that's our most popular song on here. Well, for the right reason. It's pretty damn amazing. Okay, the next track we're going to listen to is called My Boy.
My boy, my boy, my boy.
What?
I don't know how to cuss. He just sounds like my boy, my boy.
There's just absolute musical genius happening in this album already. The production alone deserves all of the appreciation. This song has so many different styles to it.
My boy,
Woo!
I'll trip over a knife.
my boy, my boy.
I'm loving the experimentation on the production here with, that song started out slow, and then this heavily distorted bass comes in, but you have this, like, I don't know if that was like a piano or like fucking, I don't know what it was, but it almost gave me like late 90s, early 2000s R&B vibes somewhere in the beat there. But then her voice doing the vocal style that she did, it was just all over the place. But it came together so amazing, like so perfectly. The song is about, so I did read, obviously I have my lyrics pulled up here, and she had tweeted out that if you want to hear about being treated like shit all the time by a boy or whatever, and being lied to and bullshit and all this other stuff, listen to this song. And she nailed it. This is a hell of a diss track right here. I just love how straight to the point this song is. My boy's being sus, he don't know how to cuss, he just sounds like he's trying to be his father. Then she goes on and says, you want me to be all yours, then you gotta be mine, and if you want a good girl, then goodbye. But my favorite part, definitely, is when she just has a break and she just says, alright dude, go trip over a knife. Like, come on. That's exactly something that I would expect Billie Eilish to say, though. And maybe I haven't heard a ton of her music besides her most recent album, but I've watched a ton of her interviews because she's so interesting to me, and she always talks about animal rights and things like that, saving the environment. And I like to hear what she has to say about those things. But I can actually picture her saying that, and actually the attitude that comes from this song as well. So I love that. I love so much about that. And also, again, her brother definitely deserves the praise, because this is some good shit. Okay, the next track we're gonna listen to is called Watch.
See what you wanna see, but all I see is him, right? My demands are high to me. Watch my heart burn with the fire to start in me.
And watch your car burn with the fire that you started in me, but you never came back to ask it out. Your love feels so fake, and my demands aren't high to make. If I could get to sleep, I would have slept by now. Your lies will never keep. I think you need to blow them out. It's weird because typically I'm trying so hard to listen to the lyrics that I can miss out on a lot of things. But for some reason, there's like this really great balance between her singing and the production in the back, and nothing ever feels drowned out to the point that I have to sit here and read to try to figure everything out. She's very good at clarity in the vocals and without having to guess so much. So this song to me seems as though it's about a relationship, and while it was amazing and there was this fire and passion, it's just not meant to be. It's not meant to work out. And it's her really coming to terms with that, even when she says here, go ahead and watch my heart burn with the fire that you started in me, but I'll never let you back to put it out. So I love when a song has really deep lyrics like that that are crushing, but they're really honest, and it's something you can relate to. And of course, the double layer vocals again that we got here. I just love that they're doing that in this album, because she already sounds so great by herself. So imagine if there's two of her, right? And that's exactly what's happening. She's harmonizing with herself, and it sounds great. Also, again, gotta give a nod to the production. There's a moment when like all the instruments break there, and she just has her voice by herself, and then the beat just comes back in. It's just a punch, and I loved it so much. So such a great song again. This is already starting to feel like one of those albums where I'm not sure I'm gonna find a track I don't like. This is why people who don't know much about an artist and have like preconceived ideas as to what they think that artist is or what they sound like have to start diving into albums more, because if you only ever heard Bad Guy, I don't think you'd ever get the full picture of this. The next track we're gonna listen to is called Party Favor.
Hey, call me back when you call
I'm taking personal offense to this, Billy, because as someone who had really dumb relationship stuff happen on one of my past birthdays when I was in high school, I can say that I feel for the other dude. But on the other side of that, it's not you, it's me and all that other bullshit, but you know that's bullshit, don't you, babe? I'm not your party favor. So I don't technically, I guess, take it to heart because I don't think that they have a very good relationship here, and I think they're both pretty aware of that, and she's making that very clear. I have my lyrics here, that's why I'm looking at it. One thing I really loved is how they set the tone of this. So it starts with a voicemail, and they even have her playing in a way that sounds like she's playing over a phone. And then at some point, maybe like the 1 minute mark, 1 minute 15 mark, you can actually like hear her come into just regular clarity, and it sounded so great. And even though I would say that this wasn't heavily produced like a lot of the stuff we've heard before, again, I feel like it was a very welcome track because of that. Again, I think the strongest part of the song though is the lyrics. I love the storytelling in this. I love the fact that she really puts you in this position to sit here and feel like you're watching this relationship fall apart, and it almost feels like you're part of it. And yeah, I don't know if that just has to do with her voice or the lyrics that are so well, but I did like, again, the fact that it was a little bit less produced on this, just so we got a moment to just listen to Billie sing, and that was great. The next track we're going to listen to is a song called Bellyache. Oh, I like that we have a guitar again.
In the back of my car, lay their bodies.
She just murdered her friends?
Where is my mind?
So, Billie Eilish murdered her friends, and then, she's biting her nails. She's too young to go to jail, but it's kind of funny. Where's my mind? Obviously, this is just her role playing a little bit, so I did read the meaning of the song, and she said that it's about her, but it's not, because it's inspired by, sometimes you do things that you're not proud of. You do these terrible things. Your mind goes weird places. You think about, you have like weird thoughts and stuff. And so she wanted to make a song that was sort of based on that, obviously just role playing. But it's funny because that is true. How many times have you like done something and you go, why did I just say that? Or why did I just do that? And Billie's just playing on that here in the lyrics, and I love that. I love that she did that. It was fun to be... I like whenever I can get a little bit of the insight from the artist, especially when it comes to this, because she says here, bellyache is the concept of guilt, and when you do things in the moment because you feel so strongly about them, in the end you're left with the decision that you made. And I think that her and her brother nailed that on this track. I think that is very obvious here, especially when it says, now I got a bellyache. You guys know it used to happen to me when I was younger. If I would do something that I thought was wrong, I would live with that guilt so hard it would make me sick to my stomach. And again, they nailed it in the writing here, so I love that. I'm also glad that we got a little bit more guitar on this. I do like to hear Billie over a guitar. It sounds really cool, and it's unique on this album. The next track that we're going to listen to is called Ocean Eyes.
I've been watching you for some time.
This has like a Stevie Nicks, Fleetwood Mac kind of vibe to it, like a little bit of like a country rock kind of vibe in her vocals already. Oh, I'm into it.
15 flares inside those ocean eyes. You know how to make me cry when you give me those ocean eyes.
I may have just found my favorite vocal style from her. This had heavy like Stevie Nicks kind of vibes, and also like a little bit of like 70s rock, and I'm totally into it. I didn't even know she could do that style, but she did it so well here. Also, I read a little bit about the song, and actually this was a song that Phineas was singing in his band, and she would hear it all the time. And fun fact, she was 14 years old when she recorded this one. That's absolutely insane to think about. It's so good. It's so good on so many levels. I like the production here. I like that it's a little bit more laid back. It really gives Billie a chance to just be vocally amazing, and that's exactly what happened throughout this, and it definitely created my favorite style from her because I really just wasn't expecting that. Damn, I did not know she had so many layers. The next track we're going to listen to is called Hostage.
I wanna be alone. Hide you in my treasure chest. Let me crawl inside your veins. I'll give you ball and chain like I did.
okay, I just want to play that song. I want to buy the record. I want to put it on, turn my speakers up as loud as I can, and just sit in my room in the dark and listen to that song. I just pick up huge vibes from that, and I feel like that would be the perfect way to listen to that song. Billie harmonizing with her brother in that just created a whole new dynamic that we haven't heard on this album yet. And then the fact that they had just a little bit of bass happening in the back with like a little bit of distortion, and then just that like acoustic guitar, I think it was, playing throughout the whole track was everything. It created such a moment on this. Lyrically, the song is about her being so in love with this person, so infatuated with this person. She just wants to do something to have this person always, whether it be, locking them up like a hostage, having them in her veins, whatever she can do to be as close to them as possible, even if it means holding them like a hostage. Yeah, this definitely had really deep feels to it. Even though I Don't Want to Be You Anymore, I think, was definitely more sad. I think if you look at Hostage a certain way, it can also be interpreted very sad. Like, she's so in love with this person, she just wants to keep them captive, and it makes me wonder if she just wasn't able to be with this person, or whatever the situation may have been. But it sounded so broken and sad, and she did a really great job portraying that story through the tone of her voice and just, again, that overall broken sound. And we are sadly, I'm super bummed about this, but we are on the last track. It's called And Burn, featuring Vince Staples. This will be interesting.
My heart skips 8 beats at once. What you wanna say? All I see is him right now. My heart burns.
Oh wait, I won't forget your laugh, packing everything when you leave. Calm down, but that's nothing, baby, leading the war. You know you come down.
Okay, so I didn't expect to be getting a remix to the song Watch on this, but we did, and I see it now, Watch and Burn. Okay, cool. Featuring Vince Staples. I like Watch better. I think I preferred that, even though I do like Vince Staples and I enjoy having, his flow on this. I just feel like it hit a little bit deeper. It hit different when it was just Watch. But I'm always down for a cool remix like that. It definitely adds something. And in turn, that gets a lot of people to come over and check her stuff out that may have not done that before. So for that reason, I'm always into remixes and collaborations because it opens up a lot of doors for these artists. But I am so stoked on this record. I actually don't know why I put it off so long. I liked When We All Fall Asleep a lot. I feel like after I did that video, I couldn't stop listening to that. But after listening to that one so much, I actually think I prefer this one a little bit. I don't usually like to be like, oh, well, this album's better than this one, but I feel like I enjoyed this one a little bit more. I don't know if it was the fact that she was really just starting to put out music and really starting to catch that following, but there's just something that feels very passionate about a lot of these songs. And not to say that it doesn't feel that way on When We All Fall Asleep, but I think things just hit a little bit different on this. I like that this kind of felt like a mixtape. There were a lot of different styles that she used in this, from that country rock sound to a little bit of like hip hop, trap beat happening, and just, reading some of the lyrics and stuff. A lot of this was just really fun. Like, I really want to go buy the record, play it back here, and just sit down and enjoy this again without filming. I want to just be able to enjoy it. There were some really great tracks on here. I really enjoyed Copycat, I Don't Want to Be You Anymore. Watch was amazing, obviously. Bellyache, I thought it was fun that she, went through the idea of like these bad ideas and the guilt that you feel. I thought that was kind of a cool concept on lyrics. Hostage was just like, for some reason that one broke my heart. Isn't that weird? Because I don't think that was meant to be the saddest song on here, but it definitely hit different for me. But overall, I really loved this. I can't wait to see what she does now. She's one of those artists that has a huge following right now, and I'm curious to see like what she tries next. I love the fact that she experiments so much. I think her and her brother have really created an empire here, and as long as they continue to be creative and explore all these different types of sounds and genres and lyrics and things like that, they are going to be on the up and up for a very long time. So again, I cannot wait to see what her next release looks like. But I do need to go shopping for some Billie Eilish records because there's a lot of production there, and I would just love to hear it and add them to the collection. But this was absolutely amazing. But I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter. Thank you all so much for supporting the channel, supporting me, always having these really positive things to say. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to let me know in the comment section what your favorite track on this was. I don't know if I can give you one favorite. I definitely liked a lot, but I think Hostage just hit a little different for me. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.